All right. So somebody has to sign up with you for 3 years. What does that mean? And what's the commitment on their side?
The commitment on their side is we have something called a bundle package. They buy one service and get 3 free. So we give them a credit repair setup certificate that still owe money on the back end for deletions if they want to take advantage of it. They don't have to take advantage of it. They can gift that certificate to somebody else who needs credit repair. It's part of the bundle package. They also get procurement services for any deal that they want us to come in on. So let's say they're purchasing a fleet of vehicles. Let's say they're purchasing some expensive SaaS. Let's say they're a farmer. They're buying 2 tractors, each worth $1 million, these huge monster tractors. I had a client, even on a vehicle, it was a $68,000 SUV. And he says, Sam, can you get me a better rate? I go, on one vehicle? I mean, we do 50,000 or higher is what our limit is. So technically he was in our range. I said, you probably already got a good deal. He says, I'm on my buddy's family plan. He goes, but can you get it any lower? I said, when are you needing to purchase the vehicle? He says, within a week. I said, even if we send them an LOA, in business, it's a letter of authorization. It's similar to a power of attorney or a limited power of attorney. They won't even speak to us on the business client's behalf until they authenticate or approve or validate that LOA, that letter of authorization. I said, it might not happen for 3 or 4 days. I said, I'm looking at 1 or 2. I said, it's a waste. He says, just do it. You know people. I said, listen, I said, I know the manufacturer. I said, they're out of Detroit. I said, I know them. I said, but I don't know any of their board members. I've worked with some of their executive assistants on a few deals on getting lates removed and stuff like that. I said, I've never had a direct response. He says, challenge yourself. So I go, I send it, I work it. And for the first time, I got a phone call. And he goes, Sammy, like he knows me. And I said, yeah. So we started talking. He says, what number do you need it at? I said, I would look like a superhero if you could start it with a 5. He says, it'll be $64,000, one-time offer, take it or leave it. I said, I'll take it. He says, great. He says, we got your email. I only saved the client $4,000. He paid me $800, which is $3,200. It's so small. It's so minuscule. But when I look back and I see that he did it, that $3,200 can go towards a stock, something risky like hydrogen engines or humanoid parts. We're going to be all over the place. I mean, I started thinking about that in the form of looking at the whole acorn story, about when you look at the acorn, you can see a tree, or you could see a forest, or you could see industry, like some of these super bigwigs guys who would take a look at that acorn. So I was like, that was worth his phone call to me to do it. So I'm like, okay. So it gave me a different perspective. I was a little bit more annoyed at first, but it was a really good thing all the way around.
Oh, yeah. Hey, money is money, right? And especially when you know somebody that seems to be as, what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody that's a magic weaver, such as Sam Sky, right?